Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and it looks like President Joe Biden will do anything to hang on to power, even shove his own son under the bus. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. And you guys probably know by now Hunter Biden is on trial in a federal gun charge, and you know my position on this. I'm not a hypocrite. I don't believe the charges in New York would have been brought against President Trump if his name wasn't Trump. I don't think these charges would be brought against Hunter Biden if his name wasn't Biden. I think this is a Second Amendment case, and I'm pro Second Amendment, so not really rooting against Hunter here. I mean, it would be nice to see justice served both ways, but it's a dangerous precedent, guys. A dangerous precedent for the Second Amendment. That being said, there's an election coming. And what if, now Joe Biden keeps saying convicted felon Donald Trump. His son might be a week away or less from being a convicted felon. So do you still use that line if your son's a convicted felon? I don't know. But what I do know is Joe Biden just said he's not going to do anything to help remove the convicted felon tag from his son should he be found guilty. Now, to the parents out there, how many of you, if you had the power to pardon your son or daughter from really a crime that didn't hurt anybody, okay, you had the power to pardon them, get them off the hook, would you do it? I mean, I would, but I'm not trying to hang on to the presidency. And I think Biden would in his second term when he can't get reelected. But right now he told the ABC News basically Hunter's on his own. He's not going to step in. He's not going to help him. Now, this is, of course, Parent and Grandparent of the Year. Hunter Biden's baby mama, I don't know how else to say that, just did an interview with Piers Morgan where she said the Bidens haven't even met her kid. Hunter hasn't met her kid. President Biden hasn't met her kid. First Lady Jill Biden hasn't met her kid. This is her granddaughter. So are these the Biden family values? Are these the Biden family values we want to pass on to our children? Is this what we want in the Oval Office, in the White House, as an example to our kids about how to be a family? Come on. Decency's on the ballot? Maybe start being decent. Let's take a look at what the president had to say, and then let me know what you think in the comments.
It will hurt me. It will help Biden.
You did address Donald Trump and the guilty verdict on 34 felony counts before the American people. You told Americans to respect the jury and the outcome of this case. You were at a campaign fundraiser, and you told the room a convicted felon is now seeking the office of the presidency. You called it disturbing. What do you think the American people should make of this? How important do you think this conviction should be in this race for president?
That's for the public to decide, but one thing for certain is stop undermining the rule of law. Stop undermining the institutions. That's what this whole effort is. All the MAGA Republicans are coming out saying this was a fix, this was a jury that this was a judge that set up to get Trump. There's no evidence of any of that. None. He's trying to undermine it. Look, he got a fair trial. The jury spoke like they speak in all cases, and it should be respected.
As we sit here in Normandy, your son Hunter is on trial, and I know that you cannot speak about an ongoing federal prosecution. But let me ask you, will you accept the jury's outcome, their verdict, no matter what it is?
Yes.
And have you ruled out a pardon for your son?
Yes.
You have. Let me ask you, as we sit here today, you're preparing to speak to the world about the fight for democracy. Both abroad and at home. We are 3 weeks from this debate. What do you think you need to accomplish on that debate stage?
Say what I think. Let him say what he thinks. The things he said are off the wall. I want to be a dictator on day one. I want to move in a direction where he talks about, suspending the Constitution. All I have to do is hear what he says. Remind people what he says and what I believe and what he believes. He's about him. I'm about the country.
Are you ready for this debate?
Yes.
But on this day, the President and the First Lady are honoring the bravery here in Normandy. It's hard to stand here without recognizing the bravery of all of these young men 80 years ago this morning.
The sacrifice they made to protect our freedoms, the things they fought for. I think what an obligation we have to preserve what they fought for.
And the First Lady thinking of her own father, who enlisted after D-Day. You think about Donald Jacobs?
I do.
I mean,
it's hard not to. And
your father?
He signed up. He was actually too young. My grandmom had to sign for him to sign up.